Hello everybody, welcome back. I should be going to bed right now, but I'm not gonna lie, story too good. Cannot put the book down. Must keep reading. Everything that Kudzu had done for me up to this point, saving me multiple times, making sure I was doing okay, nursing me back to health, hell, even helping me with my project before all this shit went down. Yeah, I'm not gonna abandon him. Just like with Leo when he was imprisoned by Duke, I feel like it's my responsibility. Only this time the urge is even stronger. I have to make sure Kudzu makes it out of here, like the rest of us. Carl, though, doesn't look so enthusiastic about that. I don't know if that's such a good idea. You saw Leo. Carl looks over my shoulder, and I do the same, worried that maybe the wolf was coming back. But all I see is darkness. I realize then that Carl is just as afraid of the wolf as I am right now. I swear I'm only going to be away for a few minutes. If Leo asks, tell him I don't know, just tell him I needed some air. That won't. I don't wait for Carl to finish his sentence. You dick. Ugh. Characters in horror movies that make the worst decisions possible. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. I'm so fucking. Oh. Like, literally at that point, go into Leo's house, find a lighter, find a fucking flashlight, give it to Carl, and say, here, turn this on, use it, I will watch you. And you go to Kudzu's house. I mean, it's better than what Chase is doing right now. Ugh. My eyes slowly adjust, but it's too dark to really see any more than 5 feet. The amount of stars overhead is almost dazzling, but it's not enough to light to help me see. In fact, it's almost disorienting. The way the bright powder look of the sky clashes with the black horizon of the mountains. Focusing on it too much makes my stomach turn, and I turn my eyes down, trying to focus on the barely visible ground and whack. Until my face slams right into something big, hard, and full of twigs. Jesus fucking god damn it! Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Chase, just like me, for real, for real. Uh, I shout whisper into my paws, covering my nose, afraid for a second that maybe I ran one of my eyes through. A quick but shaky examination with my fingers puts that fear at ease, though. Now I feel like my muzzle has gone flat into my face. That jolt had me feeling all the aches of my past two incidents with cars. I stand there in the dark for a moment, gathering my senses. It's almost completely silent now. The train, if it was a train, has passed us by at this point. The metallic clanks and rushing sound is far behind me. Standing in the silence, though, is starting to give me second thoughts. It fucking should, you dumb chunt! Let me think. Well, Leo is shown that he's extremely unhinged and will absolutely commit acts of violence against Kudzu. Well, I guess I should go and check on Kudzu because there's this crazy ghost train that's just appeared, and he's gonna go check it out. Oh gosh dang it! Gosh damn it! Gosh damn! he, the fucking, the tree branch got me, because it's dark and I'm an otter and I can't see it for shit in the night. Well, that's okay though. Huh, I can't hear the ghost train anymore. Oh, well, I'm gonna keep going to check on Kudzu, even though the ghost train is the only reason the psychotic wolf with a gun isn't in my immediate proximity. Damn it. Ah. I really am. Like, okay. Oh my god. I am very upset with Chase. As not as Chunt, but as a horror protagonist. Because he's doing the dumbest thing he can do right now. He instead should turn right the fuck around and go back to Leo's house. That way he can get back right as Leo gets back. And Leo's like, "Where's Chase? Where's Chase?" Oh, okay, Chase is right there. And Chase's like, "Yeah, sorry, I just needed to step away because I was freaking out, man." And then what you do, if you're smart, is you then immediately play into Leo's current state of mind and say, "I was just so overwhelmed, and Leo, I'm scared. I'm so scared right now. I don't know what to do. It feels like we're stuck here and nowhere is safe. I don't feel safe. And I'm cold." See what I mean? Like with Leo's current state of being, he's probably just dumb enough to fucking fall for it. Like just barbarian rage dumb enough to fall for it. Which, by the way, can we talk about like being a gun barbarian? That'd be cool. And no, I'm not talking about like the Borderlands 2 gun zerker, although that is cool. Salvador is cool. What I mean is like, it's like he's just dumb enough to fall for that right now. And immediately you can placate the Leo and hopefully ride this out until we're done, even though time is moving at like, Inception, like 1/10 the speed of the DMV or whatever. I'm pretty sure that there aren't any trees between Leo and Kudzu's house. Did I get off track somehow? Something cracks a little ways ahead of me and I freeze up, my ears twitching. I listen hard, trying to hear anything above the crickets. Okay, yeah. This was really fucking stupid. I remember that I'm not all that far away from Leo's house and look back at the yellow squares of the windows in the distance. I should probably go back and reorient myself to try and get to Kudzu's house again. As I'm turning around, though, another crack behind me, followed by a muffled voice. Shit. I freeze at the voice. I open my mouth to try and quietly call out, but stop myself. I can't be sure, but it sounded like Kudzu, albeit muffled and low pitched. I decide to wait a while longer with one foot pointed out towards Leo's house. And then, this time, the sound is right next to me, and I jump in the air. I make a run for the house and immediately trip over several rocks, going face first into the ground. I'm scrambling at the ground with my paws and feet when I hear the voice again. Whoa, whoa, Jace? I slump back to the ground in relief. Oh my god, Kudzu, what the hell are you doing? I feel the raccoon's paws feel over me, then pull me back up to my feet. I heard a train. I saw someone. Are you okay? From the faint light of the stars, I can make out Kudzu's ears and the tip of his muzzle. My eyes have adjusted to the point where I can even see the mask in his fur. Yeah, I wanted to come get you in case we were going to try and hop the train. I look over my shoulder, trying to listen for the train again. A little late for that, huh? Well, yeah, but I didn't want to leave you behind. Ah. I rub my face where I hit the branch. My brother in Christ, if Leo were listening on this conversation right now, this is in from the headspace of somebody who already suspects that you have agreed to choose Leo, from the perspective of somebody who is not in their right state of mind, from the perspective of somebody who views him and you as an item now and is suspecting potential infidelity, that conversation is sus as fuck. Listen, I don't know what's going on with Leo, but maybe we can go back to try to talk. Kudzu shakes his head. Nah, he's... I don't think he's gonna listen. As much as I hate to admit it, Kudzu is probably right. Well, I'm not gonna leave you out here after everything we went through. I see a glint of white teeth as Kudzu gives me a small smile. Wow. Well, thanks, man, but really, you should probably get back before he... At that moment, I realized something. Wait, what were you doing out here? You said you saw someone. Kudzu shifts slightly from one foot to the other. I thought I did, at least. Like, someone from the town, or... I think it was your friend. What? The, fox. Jenna? Jenna? My eyes go wide and I turn back to the darkness, squinting. Where? Where did you see her? Kudzu turns to look with me, then takes a few steps forward. Well, I was going back to my trailer after the whole thing with Leo. Then this fox girl just kinda jumped me from the side of my house. Where did she go? My heart's hammering in my chest right now as I strain to see her. Jenna's been on my mind since the very beginning, and her absence has only become more prominent after finding the others. Well, I think she went off in that direction. Kudzu points into the darkness. I could hear her running off, but then the footsteps stopped. So, I thought she might have stopped and hid somewhere. Come on, then. Come on, then! I motioned Kudzu forward and stepped toward the blackness of the wilderness. Hold on. I was gonna grab a flashlight. There's no way we're finding anything out there at this time of night. You go get them. I'll wait. Of course, I'm terrified of being left alone, but I'm also terrified of Jenna running away if I don't keep watch. Getting the feeling that she might be under the same influence that Carl or TJ had been earlier. You sure? Yeah, I want to stay here in case she comes out. I wave him away. Okay. But yell if something happens, alright? Okay. Kudzu goes in and comes out within less than a minute, though it feels way longer than that. While he was gone, I risked a few loud whispers of Jenna's name, but I didn't get any response. Pretty soon a beam of light is sweeping the dirt, sagebrush, and cacti as we slowly make our way in the direction that Jenna had run. Apparently it was through the backyard and out out toward the desert. I'm worried that maybe she didn't stop running. Why was she running? Did she say anything? I whisper softly to Kudzu as I follow along with him, one hand on his shoulder. No. Just looked up at me and took off. Looked terrified of something. I frown, my paw tightening a bit on the raccoon's shoulder. Maybe it's because she doesn't know you, right? Maybe she was heading to Leo's place. Maybe. I feel crazy, and it might just be my eyes doing weird shit. But I feel like this scene is changing every few text boxes or so. I'm probably gonna watch this back and be like,
what does that mean? You're a nut! You're crazy in the coconut!
I try to focus on the sea of pale glow in front of me, the bright, cold light of the flashlight sucking the color out of the desert. The grays and whites all sort of blend together after a while, and the swinging motion of the beam starts to lull me into a weird hypnotic state. It's at this moment I catch movement out of the corner of my eye, on the right, where the light isn't currently pointed. I hear the sound of shifting dirt and gravel, immediately followed by a bizarre, high-pitched snarl that makes me gasp in horror. I actually even piss myself a little as I see a glint of white teeth. Kudzu tries to swing the beam back in the direction of the sound. At the same time, I try to pull him back with the paw on his shoulder. Whatever it is hits Kudzu hard, knocking him back and sending me stumbling away to land on my ass. Finally, we've had an ass landing. It has been quite some time. The flashlight rolls away from the raccoon's paw and shines into my face, briefly blinding me. I can sense a loud, growling commotion right in front of me, along with the sound of Kudzu grunting. Numbly, I reach out and snatch up the flashlight, then turn it on the sounds. First, I see Jenna, her ears back, teeth bared, swinging her paws at a crumpled heap on the ground. That heap is Kudzu, and he's got his arms up in self-defense, snarling back, his eyes wide. Jenna! Just like that, the snarl drops from her face, and her eyes snap up to mine. Chase? But then the position is suddenly reversed as Kudzu grabs the fox by the wrists and practically barrel rolls. Fun fact, apparently the barrel roll that we know in Star Fox, where it's like you do a loop-de-loop, is actually not a barrel roll. That's called like an Eris roll or something. But the side-to-side rolling, the spinning, that's actually a barrel roll. Now Kudzu sits on her back as he keeps a hold on her wrists. Wait, stop! I rush over to them, grabbing Kudzu's upper arm, trying to pull his paws away from Jenna. It's okay, she's good. She recognizes me. Kudzu only hesitates for a moment before scrambling off the fox and backing away, breathing hard. Jenna quickly sits up, absent-mindedly brushing off her shirt as she looks up at me. Oh my god, Chase! She says it in a hushed whisper, putting a paw to her mouth. Jenna, are you okay? I reach down to help her up, and she immediately goes in to hug me. I stand there awkwardly for a moment as she buries her face into my shoulder, gasping for breath. I'm not sure if she's crying or not. Are you okay? I ask again, patting her back awkwardly. Sorry. Sorry. I'm fine. Jenna steps back and wipes under her eye with the back of her paw. I didn't know where any of you were. Where were you? Jenna looks alright for the most part, except for a bunch of dirt on her clothes and in her fur. But then, I don't know if it's that it's from before or after she was wrestling with Kudzu. It's, I don't know. I was in the desert and it's still dark, obviously, but I can make out the frown on her face as she seems to struggle for words. Finally, Kudzu steps in. Hey, let's get to my trailer. We can. Fucking ghosts in this goddamn house, I swear. Hey, let's get to my trailer. We can talk. We can talk it out in there, all right? Jenna silently nods, then seems to really focus on Kudzu. Wait, who are you? I step in for the raccoon. This is Kudzu. He's a friend. He saved me a bunch of times. That seems to be good enough for Jenna. With that out of the way, we all head back toward the trailer. Quietly, Kudzu lets us into his trailer, opening the screen door slowly so that it doesn't creak. He motions us inside, and Jenna falls in behind me, pressing close. I suppose she has good reason to be wary of the place. She doesn't really know Kudzu, and at this point it's hard to even trust people you do know. Kudzu closes the door and slides the locks in place. Jenna stands next to me, the small living room area. Arms folded tightly against her body, like she's hugging herself. Hey, you want to sit down? I gesture at the recliner, which Jenna stares at for a few seconds. I don't know. Fox's ears are twitching around and pointed straight up. I turn to the small love seat, set against the wall instead. Maybe there I can sit with you. After a few more moments of staring at the couch, Jenna finally nods. She walks swiftly over to the couch, looking at it for a moment before finally sitting down. I notice 3 clumped up patches of fur on her back, on the back of her neck, and it takes me a moment to realize that it's dried blood. Had someone attacked her? Had she hurt herself? Jenna still doesn't relax when we're settled and is instead sat bolt upright, leaning hard against my shoulder. Much like her ears, her eyes are darting around, mostly over to the curtained window to our right. Meanwhile, Kudzu elects to sit in the empty recliner after turning it a little to face us. The scraping sound it makes on the floor causes Jenna to jump. Kudzu pauses, blinking, and settles back in the recliner. Sorry, I really should put a rug under this thing. Oh my god. Jenna doesn't say anything and instead just looks back at the window. Kudzu shifts awkwardly in the chair and looks at me. I look at Jenna, trying to think of something to say. Jenna beats me to it. Do you know where the others are? TJ or Carl? Oh yeah, they're in Leo's place. Them and Leo. Jenna frowns at me. Then why are we here? Let's go. Jenna starts to stand up, but I reach out a paw, grabbing her arm. She flinches and yanks away from me, standing up fully. Sorry. Just hold on a second. It's complicated. Why? Jenna takes a step back from me, folding her arms. The look in her eyes is worrying, like she's starting to not trust me. Look, Leo, he's kinda uptight right now. I guess I just wanted to give him some space. Oh boy. Give myself some space, really. Away from him. Yeah, there you go, Chase. Say, only tell yourself the truth. Kudzu shifts in his chair again. He kicked me out. Things got a little heated between us. Jenna looks at Kudzu, the deep frown still on her face. Why? Leo wouldn't do that without a reason. She looks back at me, as if wanting some sort of confirmation. I nod. Leo isn't really himself right now. I'm really worried about him. Can we go over there and talk to him? I open my mouth, but I pause, trying to think of the right way to say it. I don't know. Not right now. I'm not leaving Kudzu, so I'm gonna have to think of a way to get Leo to calm down. I'm also considering just staying separate from him until we can get out of here, but I don't want to tell Jenna that. She looks stressed out enough as it is. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if Leo's out there, hunting for me right now. Odds are that he is going to come here eventually. Maybe. Maybe he jumped the train already. That reminds me, though. Oh, yeah, we think we found a way out. Really? Yeah, apparently a train goes through here once in a while. We're thinking we can hitch a ride on it. Jenna takes that in, then just nods. The silence drags out for a minute or two before I finally lean towards her again. It's okay. Just sit and relax for a minute. She does so with even more hesitance than the first time, sitting on the couch cushion like it might be a landmine. Bro, this ain't fucking Fallout New Vegas dead money, where, you sit down and surprise, you got a seat that's gonna blast you to, that will turn the moon cherry pie red. So, where were you these past few days, if you want to tell me, I mean? Jenna stares at the floor, then shrugs. I don't really know. It's kind of a blur. I nod. Yeah, same. I guess it happened 3 days ago? I don't remember, but everything was normal until TJ woke up. It was like he was in a trance or something. I wasn't sure what was wrong with him. I thought he might have been having a seizure. Then I thought he was in a psychosis of some kind. He left the motel and just started running. So I followed him. He ran all the way to the lake, and I was sure he was going to go in. But then he just stopped on the shore and stared at it. I caught up to him and tried to talk to him, but it was like I wasn't there. All they could say was your name, Chase. Chase, where's Chase? I think he was looking in the water for you. And so another piece gets added to the puzzle, and I'm left with more fucking questions than answers at this point. I'm so fucking confused, so hang on. So in Carl's route and Leo's route now, the consistent through line is that TJ freaks the fuck out and runs away. So he was going to the lake both times. And then just now, I say just now, earlier in this route, when the whatever that thing was knocks us into the lake, from that point forward, TJ is like gone into full dissociation mode. and he was talking about Sydney. So I don't know what is happening here, but I'm progressively more and more curious about TJ's route. It just sounds like there's a lot that TJ's been holding on to. There's just a lot that TJ hasn't told anyone. Especially since we learned in Carl's route that TJ was the one that saw Sydney die. And according to Flynn thinks TJ had something to do with it. Flynn thinks TJ killed Sydney. So I don't know. But with that, I need to go to bed because I've got tabletop later on today, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good night, guys.